Welcome back to the D Bets channel. It is week 20 of the 2025 MLS season. That's right. It may be right in the middle of the Gold Cup, of the Club World Cup. We have got 11 MLS games on Wednesday night to look over. So let's look back quickly at our last week and get into my 5 favorite plays for MLS week 20. It feels like quite a few days ago now, but in our last video, we went 2-2-1 overall, made a point 1 unit W on that. We won't spend too much time into it, but overall, I think the reads have been good. Now, week 20. This is a weird week. Very tough board to analyze because we don't have any games. Every team had off last weekend. Most of these teams have not played in 10 days plus. So without the availability report coming out on Tuesday evening, which you'll want to pay close attention to, it's a little bit of a tough board to analyze, but we do know the players out on international duty. And there's a couple of things I like about this week. The month of May was so difficult. Many teams played 7-8 MLS games in the month. It was two games every single week. They were so compressed. It was tough to know. Teams were tired. You weren't getting the best version of the teams, which brings unpredictability. Well, as I mentioned, these teams have had days off. While the availability may be a little bit unpredictable, I think generally how the teams play will be predictable. So 5 plays, let's get right into it. Play number 1. We are going to Lower.com Field in Columbus, where the Crew are hosting Atlanta United. We are taking Columbus Crew money line and over 1.5 goals coming in at -120. Now, this is a match that isn't hugely impacted by international absences. No Max Arfston for Columbus, but in general, teams should be pretty healthy on this one. And I really wanted to get a piece of Columbus in this match because they went 6 games without a win through May. But as I mentioned earlier, that's when the schedule was super condensed. They had some injuries. Teams were really struggling to get into their rhythm. If you give Wilfried Nancy more than a week to prepare for a game, I think he's going to put a really good game plan together. So I like Columbus in this one, but the -155, -160 money line, I didn't like, but at over 1.5 goals, it gets it to a playable number. And here's why I like that. Because I like the over in general on this, but I don't trust Atlanta in any capacity. I wonder if Ronnie Deila is coaching for his job right now. There's been no bigger disappointment in MLS so far this season than Atlanta United. This is an Atlanta team that only has 1 shutout all season, dating back to week 3. And on the road, it gets even worse. They have been terrible on the road. Multiple goals allowed in 7 out of their 8 road games. They've lost 6 out of their 8 road games, and they drew the other 2. They haven't won on the road this season. Now they have to travel to Columbus, a Crew team that I think is going to start going like this as we get to the business end of the season. Finally rested, not with a whole bunch of different competitions they're playing in. I think Columbus rolls in this one. Give me the Crew and over 1.5 goals coming in at -125. Play number 2, we are going to BMO Field where Toronto FC is hosting the New York Red Bulls, and we are going over 2.5 goals coming in at +115. Now, this one's going to be scary. I get it. These are 2 of the worst offensive teams in the league. Bottom 6, 2 of the bottom 6 teams in non-penalty expected goals this season. But guys, we are getting an over 2.5 at plus money here, a decent plus money number. And that's all about the number to me. If this was -115, -120, probably wouldn't take it. But I think there is an edge on this number. Toronto FC's offense, they suck. But they are playing their first MLS game since May 31st. They have been off for almost a month. A month for guys like Federico Bernardeschi, Lorenzo Insigne to get rested, get rejuvenated. And if you get shut out at home against a not great defensive team after almost a month off, I don't see that happening. I'm willing to say Toronto FC can find a goal. And let's look at the Red Bulls. They've allowed multiple goals in 4 out of their last 5 road games. And there's 3 shutouts in their last 8 games. They came against LA when they were at their worst, DC United without Christian Benteke, and Atlanta United, who has really struggled. Now, that's not to say Toronto FC has been a good team, but their shutouts are a little bit misleading. And they have gotten much better on offense recently. 9 goals in their last 4 games. I actually don't mind if you want to play both teams to score at -120. That's a very playable number. Don't hate that. But I think also whenever Toronto FC plays, there's a chance for a defensive meltdown. And Red Bulls 3-0 isn't out of the question either. So I think both teams score. I need just one of them to get that second goal at +115. I'm going to take it. So play number 2, Toronto FC, New York Red Bulls over 2.5 +115. Play number 3, we are going just a few miles away from me in Dallas. We are going up to Frisco, where FC Dallas hosts the San Jose Earthquakes at Toyota Stadium, 7:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff. We are going under 3 goals, coming in at minus 105. Now, guys, it has been hot across the United States. Wherever you're watching this, if you're in the US, it's probably been a little bit of a heat wave. But down here in Texas, it is sweltering. This game kicks off at 7:30 local time. And right now, the sun is not setting until about 8:45, 9 o'clock. We are going to see probably 100-degree temperatures, or at least 100-degree heat indexes, for at least the first half of this game. And I think we are going to see a very slow pace. This total to me is inflated because FC Dallas in their last game, they played at Sporting Kansas City. They shipped 4 goals on them. But remember, SKC had a red card early in the match. The Dallas offense is super feast or famine. In their last 10 games, they've scored 3 goals 3 times. Not bad. They've been shut out in 6 out of the other 7 games. And we have been cashing San Jose unders pretty well recently. So under 3, when, again, I say this almost every show, do I think there's going to be more likely of 4 goals or 2 goals in this match? And I would say much more likely that this goes under at basically even money. San Jose has gone at or below this number in 4 out of their last 5 games. Again, with the really high temperatures, I don't see a goal in the first half, maybe one, but with high temperatures, low pace to this thing, maybe the team's opening it up late, and an entire week and a half for both teams to prepare defensively on this match, a little bit of rejuvenation there, a little bit of extra energy on defense. I think that all adds up to an under, so give me FC Dallas San Jose to go under 3 at minus 105. Play number 4, we are going up north to Allianz Field, where Minnesota United hosts the Houston Dynamo at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and we are taking over 2.5 goals, coming in at minus 115. Now, unlike San Jose, who has to travel to Dallas, Houston gets to escape Texas, and they go up to Minnesota, where temperatures are predicted to be in the 70s. So I don't think the Dynamo will mind that one too much. And to me, it adds up to an over. For Minnesota United, I was really close to making this play, just Minnesota United team total over 1.5. And if you want to do that instead, I definitely don't hate it. United has had multiple goals in 3 out of their last 4 home games. They are playing without Tani Luasei, who is with Canada. But to me, the way that Minnesota United is set up, I don't think that hurts them that much in a short amount of time and kind of a one-off, because they have Kelvin Yeboah that they can very easily slot into that spot. Play one forward up top. We saw him score in their last game. And I think that is all adds up to United having a good offensive game, because they're playing a Dynamo team that has been terrible defensively recently. 9 goals allowed in their last 4 games. But the reason I went with over 2.5 instead of the Minnesota team total is because we probably need a Dynamo goal to catch this, obviously, but they have been creating so many chances, the Dynamo, whether they have Jack McGlynn or they don't. They have over 2.5 expected goals in their last 3 games. They've only been shut out once in their last 13 games in all competitions. And Minnesota United, remember, is playing without Dane St. Clair, who is with Canada. They will be with their backup goalkeeper, which you always love on and under. So put all those things together. I think it adds up to and over. Minnesota United, Houston Dynamo, over 2.5, minus 115. The 5th and final play this week, we are going to Dick's Sporting Goods Park in Commerce City, Colorado, where the Rapids are hosting the LA Galaxy, 8:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff, and we are going with the LA Galaxy team total over 1.5, coming in at plus 130. Now, this is going to be a scary one, backing the Galaxy, but in reality, they're starting to get it together a little bit. They've got 4 points in their last 2 games, and where they're really getting it together is offensively. They've scored 5 goals in those 2 games as they finally get a little bit healthy. Paintsel and Peck really getting back to good form, and now they're going to Colorado to play a Rapids team without Zach Steffen. They've been bad recently. They've lost 6 out of the last 8 games. They did do a good job of limiting chances in their last match at home against Orlando, but the LA Galaxy are a team that is going to want to turn this into a track meet. I think the Rapids will be willing to oblige on this one in their first game in over a week. And I thought about maybe just playing the over 3 in general, but to get the win on that with a Rapids team that hasn't been scoring a lot of goals recently, you would probably need two Galaxy goals. So at plus 130, I really like it, and I don't want to have to trust the Galaxy to actually get the result itself, but I think they can find two goals in this matchup against a Rapids team that's just been pretty bad on both sides of the ball. So I'm hoping that the Galaxy bring a lot of energy into this one, and we are going to play LA Galaxy team total over at 1.5, coming in at plus 130. So that will wrap us up for my 5 official plays. There are other spots that I do like, but as I mentioned at the start, I've got to wait until the availability report comes out because there's just too much uncertainty there. But be sure to follow me at drobets underscore on Twitter. I've been giving out plays on Club World Cup that have been doing pretty well. And if I have any extra ads, I will add them there. And I will also add them in the comment here on the YouTube channel. So be sure to give me the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. And we have got another full MLS slate on the weekend. So we will see you again soon.